eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start it.
Maybe feelings change, I can remember all the reasons why we've been separate ways. Feeling all alone in your company, keeping you captive with guilty chains.
We're night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day.
Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again.
Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will go, give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will go, give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. We can start again.
Hello, FDL, and welcome to another great matchup with the Griffins and the Owls. My name is Ben, and I am joined tonight with Storm.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, Storm, this is your first time casting one of these matchups. How are you feeling about that?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty great, honestly. I'm excited to get in and to start talking.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's going to be a great matchup. We have the Griffins on one side coming in 4-0, and we have the Owls on the other end coming in with a 2-win streak so far, 2-2 for their series. We can really take a look at the Griffin side here first. We have Ant and Pancake on this side of the lineup. Great plays on both of these players, but it is the first time that we're seeing this lineup for the Griffins. They are definitely going to have to showcase their commentation with each other and making sure that they can make the plays they need to make. How about those players on the Owls?
So let's see here. We have Shay and then Lewis. And so honestly, I've never seen these players play before. I've gone back and I've seen like past games, but honestly, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. And so I'm expecting a lot out of the Owl side because like they're going up against some pretty intense opponents, I'd say, because their season win rate is 100%. So I'd be trying my hardest.
Yeah, and it's crazy just to think that for both of these teams, this is the first time that we are seeing these lineups on both ends, and it's really going to come down to who has had the better preparation in practice with each other. We've seen plenty of teams fall apart because they lack the correct communication, and it's just, kind of disappointing when it does happen like that, but at the same point in time, it's always great to see when teams like this are able to come out and bring the gameplay that we expect them to bring.
I would agree with you there. It's honestly such a great thing, like you said, to see them pulling it together and getting into it. I'm excited to see the Owls win this one because, the Griffins, they can't go undefeated forever, right? We got to have some pushback.
Yeah, it's crazy because they are one of two people within their conference right now, the other being the Gators, that are currently undefeated, and we're going to see if the Owls can put a stop to that continuous push and make sure that they don't actually win another one to their name, and we'll see if the Owls can continue it into a 3-game streak. As the players are getting ready to take the field here, the energy is definitely up in this showdown, especially just to see how this does turn out.
Yep. So let's see here. Pancake it looks like he's played a little less than the others here.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, just because again, we're looking at these plays already. Ant missing an aerial there. Lewis coming in, making sure that it's solid on the other side. Misses that backboard shot, and Pancake is really making sure that the pressure is on Ant with a beautiful tip in, and that is going to go in 0-1 with 19 seconds gone from the clock.
Oh wow, that was pretty fast. That's pretty good. That is pretty good for the Griffins there.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's exactly like we were discussing. They need to make sure they're keeping that communication up, or plays like that are going to keep happening. Looks like Shay is going to take this one. Pancake is going to come in with the return on that, making sure that it stays towards the Owl side of the field. And again, missing another aerial. That's the second one he's missed already with only 30 seconds off the clock so far. And Shay is really pressuring, making sure that it's going to try to return that goal, but unfortunately, Ant was able to respond. Lewis making sure that it's set up correctly for Shay. Ant with a beautiful tip over Shay's head. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on this, and they are 0-2.
Ant is on a roll right now, honestly. It is. I mean, I don't know. So far, it's looking pretty good for the Griffins so far. Hopefully the Owls aren't losing any motivation.
Yeah, and that is something that we kind of expected coming in 4-0, but it's also just crazy to see the skill really showing off on the Griffins end of everything. The Owls not really responding yet, but again, this is a 5-game series. There's plenty of time to make their voice heard and make sure that those plays are seen by everyone, be it their enemies on the field or, the crowd watching, and that is a demolition, the first of this series by Ant on Lewis. Lewis will have to reset, but he's actually in the perfect position for this ball coming up. Ant again knocks him out of the way. He is not able to recover that. Shay there to make sure that it is recovered, giving Lewis a second reposition himself into the corner for a response here. Ant and Pancake playing a little bit slower. Ant on the back post there, making sure the goal is defended. Pancake missing an aerial, and Ant does tip it away, but Shay is there to make sure it stays pressured.
Yep, looks like they're doing a great job of adjusting, honestly. Oh, first goal in by the Owls. I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 1 and 2 so far, and we're only a minute 41 through this game so far. We're not even at the halfway point. We've seen 3 goals.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is pretty high octane for a Rocket League match.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Lewis is going to take this one. Ant able to knock it away from him. Both him and Pancake are there. Ant is going to rotate towards the middle. Shay misses the aerial. Oh, but actually he hits it on the back end there. I spoke a little too soon there. Lewis going to dribble it right over, and unfortunately hits that side post.
Almost there. Honestly, I think the Owls are adjusting to the Griffins' play style. Those first 2 goals were them, like, you know, getting a feel for it. I'm hoping to come back.
Yeah, absolutely, and I wouldn't even say it's necessarily a comeback because they're not gone yet. You know, and they're definitely making sure. Maybe it was just a little bit of pregame jitters. Maybe they're finally shaking that off and actually coming out to actually make some plays on this field. And we're definitely seeing their communications are probably improving as they play, again, both of these teams coming in as the first time we've seen these pairings together. Lewis is going to try and pressure, but Pancake doesn't allow him to do so. Ant misses the tip there, and will have to back up. It looks like Lewis is going to take this one into the back corner. Pancake, he is there. Pancake is there to recover it, but Shay is not having any of it. He's making sure it stays pressured right there, and Ant just bops it right away. Not a hard clear, though, as Lewis continues to pressure it in. It looks like that is going to be a slight tip, and unfortunately not the play that Lewis was looking for there, as the Griffins were a little out of position, and if they would have been able to capitalize on that a little bit, they could have possibly tied the game there.
Honestly, yeah, I would agree with you there. They would have been able to, you know, tie it up there, and
And of course, as soon as we say something, they go ahead and do it, making it reality. I don't know if I spoke that into existence or their play did.
honestly, yeah, I think they're doing great. I'm glad they've tied it up. It just shows that they are willing to get in there and to take them down.
Yeah, you know, and it looks like Shay and Pancake are going to be the ones on this one. Shay is actually going to tip it towards the Griffins' end. We'll see if Lewis is there to respond to Ant's call, and it looks like he's actually going to back up a little bit, and Pancake is just going to ruin the plan for everybody, tipping that into the corner, but Lewis was there to respond and make sure that he was ready, but he is not set up for the correct position on that aerial, and it looks like that is going to go in for 2-3 Griffins.
You know what? Pancake is looking very good on the field today, hitting so many aerial shots, I'm noticing. And you know what? I'm happy to see that because, I don't know, when I play Rocket League, I am terrible at aerial shots. I love seeing a good aerial shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you, unfortunately. But it's surprising, too, because Ant is actually leading in points right now. Right at a solid 420, with Pancake only at a 300. So in comparison to the Owls, who have a 350 and a 122, it does look like the Griffins are making more aggressive plays.
I would agree with you there. And I'm not sure how that's well, I guess it's just the goals. The point addition there, yeah.
I definitely think the point addition for the goals is really what's separating those 2 bottom point scorers at this point. Ant is going to make sure the pressure stays on for Lewis, and Lewis is going to try to get into the back post for this block, and he gets there, making sure that it is not going to be a 2-4 game, but Pancake wants that ball to go into the net, making sure the pressure stays on for the Owls, and it looks like Lewis is once again going to hit an aerial, but Ant bounces it off of him. Can they secure this? And they do. 2-4 with 38 seconds left.
2-4. I am impressed with Pancake's play so far, honestly. 2-2, and let's see here. Lewis and Shay Lewis has a lead in goals. They're just 2, but I'm sure Shay will make a comeback here soon. But Ant and Pancake King are both equally doing the same amount of work on their side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice
It does come down to making sure that the teamwork is there for both players. And again, this is a 5-game series. Maybe the Owls are just taking this one a little slower and saving their big guns for the next game. But if they're going to continue to play like this, I don't think this is going to be a long series, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes, if it keeps going on this way.
I think they're listening in, though, because Lewis just scored 3-4. still in the Griffins' favor, but the Owls are like, oh, commentators, you are so wrong. We are going to make sure that we stay in this no matter how hard it is.
Oh yeah, they are fighting hard for this one, and it's great to see. It's 3-4 right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and only 19 seconds left. We'll see if the Owls are actually able to make anything happen here, but the Griffins are playing extremely aggressive still. It's going to be very difficult as the clock now hitting 10 seconds. Looks like Pancake is going to miss that backflip, but it doesn't matter because Ant sends one in. 3-5 Griffins, and that's just the nail in the coffin to secure this game for them.
It would be, unless they can pull some crazy stuff off in 6 seconds, which, I don't know, it's happened before.
Absolutely. It has happened before, but I don't think we're going to see it. Both of these teams coming off extremely aggressive. We are nonstop seeing the aggression on the Griffins' end. I don't think they're going to capitalize on anything here. And unfortunately, that will be it as soon as, if the ball ever touches the ground, maybe they're going to try to make it 4-5 to pad those stats, but we're just going to have to wait and see. But let's go ahead and talk about this game. We've seen 9 shots in comparison to the 6 for the Griffins versus the Owls as the Griffins take away that victory. It is astonishing just to see that 9 shots taken, 5 goals for the Griffins, slightly above a 50% goal shot on average there. While the Owls are right at that 50 with, 6 shots being taken total and 3 being made. So I really do think it just came down to the gameplay itself in terms of the Owls gameplay. I think they really needed to make sure that they were pushing and being more aggressive. And I think that cost them with some of those missed aerials.
I would agree with you there. The Griffins' defense was phenomenal, and the Owls, I think what they need to do to overcome that is just to play more aggressive, get in there, don't be afraid of Ant there, because Ant is, tearing up the field with his goals there.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mention the defense, because if we take a look at the actual stats, the Griffins only made 1 save in comparison to the Owls 3, but I really think that's just because the ball, when they were defending it, wasn't in front of the goal. It was towards the midfield. And because of that, they were able to make sure that the pressure was on in making sure that everything stayed on the Owls' end of the field.
You're right. Let's see here. So we have Lewis here. Looks like Lewis has played more matches than Shay has. So I'm expecting him to be, or them to be a little more, used to playing the game, getting into it, and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we really take a look at that stat chart, it's crazy to think that Lewis coming in with 3. Was Lewis the one with 3 goals last game?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. It's really interesting because I think he was at 5 shots taken, 3 goals in, and that's higher than his usual goal shot ratio. And it's fantastic to see the level of, I don't know, maybe discipline in terms of knowing when to take those shots, being a slight improvement in comparison to his overall stat chart.
You're right. It looks like they are improving, and that's great to see here. Honestly, and let's see here. Yep, it looks like their percentage is going up as they play, and that's great to see. We love seeing them improve.
Yeah, absolutely, and let's go ahead and get ready with Game 2. It looks like Lewis and Ant are going to come in with this tip on the midfield. We're going to see if the Griffins are able to maintain that same pressure that we saw last game, or if the Owls are going to finally respond with something of their own. Again, the Griffins are at a perfect win ratio, but it doesn't matter because the Owls coming out firing 1-0 with only 12 seconds off of the clock.
That is a great start off to this match here for the Owls. Lewis hitting a shot in on a roll, I have to say here. On an absolute roll.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you mentioned that because we were literally just talking about how Lewis was playing a little more patiently and making sure that those shots counted and were going in. And we see him on the defense right there as well, making sure that goal doesn't go in. Ant is going to be on the back post here, seeing if he can defend it. He does knock it out. We're going to see if Pancake can follow up on his teammates' play here, getting it towards the Owl side of the field. We're going to see Shay block that and tip it towards the corner where he's going to go off the side of the wall. Unfortunately, misses that aerial. Lewis there to recover for his teammate, so no pressure there, Shay. We got it all covered with Lewis on your side there. But Pancake going to get past both of them, and that is off the edge. Unfortunately, not a secure, but Ant is making sure that it goes in 1-1.
Ant is always there. I'll tell you what, it's awesome to see Ant play here because they are not letting them breathe. You see there, Lewis, just barely missing the ball. He's there to, you know, go in and just put it in.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that, again, I cannot stress this enough, this is the first time that we're seeing both of these teams not only take on each other, but it's the first time we've seen these lineups, and just the aggression on both ends really does go to show that their communication has been on point, and the practice they've probably had with one another is starting to pay off. Pancake going to get that over Lewis's head. Shay is going to be there to make sure that it doesn't go in. Unfortunately, he misses, but then again, Pancake overshot the goal there. Centering it up for Ant, we'll go ahead and see if Lewis's backboard shot is going to be good there. Shay making sure that his teammate doesn't have to stress out too much. It looks like Lewis was trying to go in for a bump on Pancake there. Pancake didn't want any part of it, went ahead and zoomed right past him, got control of the ball. Lewis with a beautiful block. Looked like Ant and Pancake were going up for a team pinch there, and they were not able to pay it off because Lewis was there to block. Lewis was out of boost there, and now he's rocking both of those 100s, passing it to Shay. Shay misses yet another aerial. We're going to have to wait and see if he can really recover on his gameplay so far.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Lewis is more on the offensive side, and Shay is sort of in the back line watching for those shots that might go into the goal so they can block it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ant is going up for the ball. He's going to tip it into the corner. Shay is right there with Ant, and we're going to see if Ant can center this up for Pancake. Unfortunately not, as both of those Griffins are now within the goal. Shay is going to take it down to the other end of the field. It is going up off the backboard. We're going to have to wait and see if Lewis is able to recover this, as it looked like Ant was the one that tipped that away. Maybe it was Pancake. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it.
I think it was both of them.
It might have been, honestly. But Ant with a beautiful dribble in. Unfortunately, that side post is just not friendly to the Griffins at all tonight.
Ooh, Pancake there with the demolition. Not letting them breathe, like I said earlier. Let's see here, he's getting some boost, making sure that he can be ready for the shot. That it looks like Ant's going to start sending it across field, maybe? Maybe not?
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, Shay is in the corner trying to put on some pressure. Unfortunately, Pancake is not going to have any of it. Again, off that side post, unfortunately, they just can't make anything out of this play for either end right now.
Yeah, let's see here. Shay tried taking it up there, and Ant was able to actually send it all so close on that defense there. It was a good
Shay,
attempt.
unfortunately, on the defense there, Shay, unfortunately, was not able to make the save and actually tips it into his own goal. I mean, it was going in anyway, so I mean, there's not much he could have done there, but it is a shame when you aren't able to secure the goal when you're trying to.
That much is true, and I noticed that as soon as it went, I was like, oh, that is unfortunate for them there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the Griffins really coming out and playing a little more aggressive, but unfortunately the ball is on their end of the field. What a weird pinch that was.
Yeah, that was a
beautiful
save
by Lewis as Pancake was coming in, trying to secure a goal again off of that really weird pinch. I'm really not sure what to think about that.
That was an interesting thing to see, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, absolutely, and Pancake just gets it right over the heads of Shay and Lewis there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Actually, it looks like Lewis was on the other end of the field there, a little bit out of position. I don't know if they were just trying to play a little more passively, what was going through their heads there, but unfortunately that passiveness did cost them that goal, 1-3.
That's true here, and if you look at the scoreboard here, it says that Pancake King has more shots, but Ant has more goals, so it looks like he's taking the score lead on the Griffins side.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That just means he's a little more accurate.
It does look like Pancake is the one setting up the shots, and Ant is just making sure that he's there for his teammate to make sure that it is going into the goal, as it looks like both Ant and Pancake are going to be in that back corner. Lewis doesn't want any part of it. Shay was jumbled up in that mess, but he's going to come in with this light tip of an aerial, trying to set it up. We're going to see if he can get it past Ant. Pancake there to knock it back towards the Owl side of the field. We're going to have to wait and see if the Owls are able to, compensate for this with only 40 seconds left on the timer here.
You're right. They're 2 points down. They got to do something here if they want to stay in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shay with a beautiful back post hit there. We're going to see if Lewis is able to get it past Ant. Ant with a weird backflip there. We're going to have to wait and see. I guess it did go wide, so not necessarily a problem for Ant. But Shay is going to get it over Pancake with a beautiful block. With 20 seconds left, I don't think the Owls are going to make anything of this. Lewis knocks it into the corner. it looks like Ant is going to come in, make sure that it's tipped off. Shay making a shot. Pancake with a beautiful block once again.
Beautiful.
And that is going into the corner with 3 seconds left. We are going to go into game 3 with the Griffins ahead 2-0.
Honestly, yeah, it looks like here that they can't secure goals there. The Griffins are they're really offensive. They're doing a great job, and you can see how this skill has taken them. This is what's making them, undefeated so far. You can really tell that this is how they've done it. They're offensive. They're amazing on the defense there. I don't know what Pancake's doing, but they are just taking care of those shots on the goal. 4 saves here this game. I'm not sure how many he had last time, but I'm sure it was just as much.
Actually, it wasn't. Pancake only had 1 save, I'm fairly certain.
Oh.
And again, we're actually seeing Owls placing better shots on goal than we were last game. Playing it a little bit closer to the Griffins' goal, and that is the only reason we're actually seeing those saves pop up on the Griffins' end, is because the Owls are playing more aggressively. But with that, unfortunately, they just weren't able to make, they made one of them, but they weren't able to secure the shot as much as the Griffins were. We saw it time and time again where Ant or Pancake would set it up. Usually it was Pancake setting it up off the backboard, and Ant would just make sure that the shot was made.
You're right there. You're right. Let's see here. So they had less saves. Okay, I see it now. Mistaken there, but it looks like that. So they were playing, like the Owls were playing more offensively. I think that's a good thing for them. If they can keep this going, I'm sure it'll give ample results.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Owls actually winning this kickoff here, they are definitely not out yet. They definitely want to make sure that the Griffins are not, going to take this one 3-0 like they have the other series that they've been in so far. With this beautiful, almost got it. Unfortunately, Shay was not there to make sure that the goal was secured. As we see Ant here making sure that it is dribbled in as Pancake on the Griffins' end. Tries to make a shot, hits it off the backboard, and trying to reset it, getting it a little bit closer in, but Shay with a beautiful knock to the opposite end, a beautiful diagonal straight across the field as Lewis tips, but Ant, beautiful save. Pancake making sure the pressure stays on for the Owls, as Shay is actually here in the middle trying to make sure everything stays secure. Lewis's beautiful aerial there. We're going to see if the Owls are able to capitalize on this ball being on the correct side of the field for them, but it doesn't look like it as Pancake makes a shot, but unfortunately blocked by Lewis.
It looks like, honestly, there are great plays going on both teams this time around. Honestly, it's been a little bit like these past 2 games they've already scored, and now it looks like they're taking their time trying to make sure that nothing gets between the cracks in their formation.
Yeah, absolutely, and we may see the first overtime for this series. It just kind of depends if either team is able to crack the code on the defense for the other end. Pancake sending the ball down to the field. Lewis there to recover it and dribble it towards the middle. Looks like he's going to go ahead and corner this, bringing it up the wall. He's probably going to go ahead and set this up for Shay. We're going to see if he's able to do that. Ant tips it out. Shay there, but Pancake also there, making sure nothing that is going. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful shot. Once again, we see a beautiful team play as Pancake makes the save. Ant sees his teammate setting it up for himself with that block, and he just tips it in quicker than anyone can respond.
You're right, and it looks like the positioning was just unlucky there for the Owls. It just kind of rolled right in, and both of them were out of position. They weren't able to go in and block it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really hope we see the Owls able to shake off some of the jitters that they may have here. It looks like Ant is going to dribble that over the head of Shay. Ant really pressuring on Lewis, not wanting any part of it, obviously. We're going to have to wait and see if Lewis is able to get this over the heads of both of the Griffins, but Pancake there once again. Lewis with the demo on Ant, and Shay demoing the other. Both Griffins down. They are going to have to do a hard reset and quick as Lewis dribbles it towards their goal. Pancake in with yet another beautiful save as Lewis and Shay are both setting it up. Ant with another save. This is just back and forth. It turns out the aggression that the Owls put on there with both of those demos was just not enough to ensure that they could tie up the score.
Yeah, it looks like that it wasn't in the cards there for them once they demoed it. And it looks like Pancake demoing Shay there, it looks like it had the opposite effect though.
Yeah, unfortunately it did. Shay with a beautiful hit there because he was in position, and that is not in!
so
Oh my
close.
goodness! How ill-fated can this be?
Oh, man.
Play a pixel. If it would have been maybe 1 or 2 to the right, we would have seen it go in. Unfortunately, it bounces out. Lewis, off the back of Lewis there as Ant tries to pressure Shay, taking it over the head. Both of the Griffins will have to catch up here. We may see this go into a tie game. Pancake there making sure that it doesn't happen. Ant demoed again by Lewis. Again, the Owls coming in with such aggression. It really comes down to the final minute and a half of this gameplay to see if they can tie this up, or if the Griffins will be able to make sure that they secure it 0-2.
You're right here, and it looks like there's so many demolitions. They were just going so aggressive.
And of course, it happens. I am so sorry, Owls. Looks like it's going to be tied 0-2. At this point, the Owls will have to make a lot of aggressive plays to be able to bring this game back.
Honestly, yeah, and I don't know if I'm hoping they can do it. I'm waiting for it. I'm hoping that they're really getting excited and really getting into this.
Yeah, and you know, Shay making sure it stays on the correct side of the field actually hits it back towards the middle there. I think the communication for the Owls may be breaking down a little bit. It just kind of depends if they can really pull this together and start showing the same level of competitiveness, and it doesn't look like it with that kind of a play. Ant securing that 0-3 for the Griffins, and again, it's really just coming down to making sure that they are playing as a team.
You're right, and it looks like Ant simultaneously bumped either Lewis or Shay out of the way while scoring that goal. So Ant has just got it in the bag with these shots they're taking.
Yeah, and you know, and it's once again on the Griffins' side. The Owls continuously making these aggressive plays right off the bat. It's just coming down to the Griffins making all of these saves as we see. It looks like Ant here in this back corner with the ball, going to see if Lewis is going to try anything, trying to get it past him, but Lewis is there with some moves of his own, taking this up the wall on the backboard. We're going to see if Pancake can follow up and make anything of it, and it doesn't look like they're going to. Lewis is going to go ahead and ship that off to the other end as Shay, trying to make sure that he's there for his teammate, and it once again just barely doesn't go in, and Shay gets it in. Finally, 1-3 for the Owls. Goodness,
That was a nail biter.
I hate how close it is constantly for the Owls.
Oh yeah, honestly, you see the shot difference on the teams. It is quite immense.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the Owls that's their 9th shot, and that is the first goal that they've been able to secure in comparison to the Griffins, who have 3 goals and only 6 shots now. It's just a terrible difference. Pancake with the demo on Shay. With 10 seconds left, it looks like that will be it. The Griffins going to take this one home. Another clean sweep, I'm fairly certain.
Looks like it. Yep. All right.
Goodness
Well,
gracious, that is 5-0 for the Griffins now. You know, they are still one of 2 teams undefeated in their league. I have so many comments for these games. Goodness gracious. You know, we saw it first in that first match. The Owls the communication wasn't there. I don't even know where to begin with it. The Owls definitely had either pregame jitters or something there that was not letting them play the game that they wanted to play.
you're right, and you know what? I think one of the other things that you were thinking about, the mechanics. It looks like, I don't want to speak for myself, but the Ant was just insane with his mechanics. You could see him dribbling the ball over. I think it was Shay most of the time. They were just hopping it right over, and Shay wasn't able to compensate for that. It looks like they were just being taken advantage of.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we saw time and time again where the Griffins would just get the ball over the Owls, and the Owls were not able to compensate for it. And when you see that kind of play happening, you have to make sure that your communication is fair. You got to make sure you know where your teammate's at. You can't just be driving around saying, okay, yeah, he's going to be there for that, when you don't have that information. And that, I think, is really realistically what happened with the Griffins securing this win. And we're actually joined now in studio with Ant and Pancake. Great, fantastic series once again. How are you guys feeling coming in completely undefeated?
Feels great, man.
You know, we've seen you on all of your previous matchups, you know, no losses in any of the series. That's got to come from either communication, personal, you know, making sure that as a player on the team, you're in the correct position. What goes into your practices with one another? Seeing this is the first time we've seen this lineup from the two of you. What did you guys practice on and make sure that you had right coming into this game?
Well, funny you say that about the communication. Nolan's been muted the entire series.
Oh my goodness.
And I mean, no, we don't. I mean, it's nothing. We just come and hang out, have fun.
Well, you know what? We can definitely tell that the synergy is there between you two.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely interesting to see some of those goal differences in terms of shots taken, goals made. Obviously, that's something that definitely came into play with you guys coming out on top here. Not to say the Owls didn't have plenty of shots in that last match, but it really came down to the defense. You know, making sure that you guys, even with lack of communication, I'm sure there was plenty of keyboard mashing and making sure that I got it, I'm sure, just spammed in the chat nonstop. You know, how does it feel to be able to, I guess, trust your teammate and make sure that one of you is constantly there to make sure that you are not alone in that fight?
Dude, it's always the best when you can find a teammate that just knows. Nolan let me just ball chase and sat there. That's all he needed to do, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, and you know, we see that on the stat card as well with I think it was in the second game you had more goals, but you did not have the shots for them. With you know, Pancake coming in, making sure the ball was set up, and you just made sure that the goal was secured at the end of the play. So you know, fantastic play from both of you guys. Congratulations on still being undefeated, and go celebrate your win. Hopefully, Pancake will find a mic soon and be able to join you in celebration.
No, he's all good, man.
Yeah, I just want to say before you go, it was amazing watching you guys out there. Those air shots by Ant, I think, yeah, that was by Ant. You were doing crazy on those air shots. It was so good. It was so cool to see. Honestly, just cool.
Thanks, man.
No problem. No problem.
Alrighty, so you guys can go ahead and head out. With that, we are going to conclude the first match of Week 5 here on Frontiers Double League. Stay tuned for the next match. I want to say, goodness, let me get it pulled up. Who is it next?
Next, let's see here.
The schedule. Goodness gracious. My notes are everywhere. I can't find the schedule. It's always how it goes. You want to have one piece of information and it's just barely not there. It looks like it's going to be, is that the Rams and the Monkeys? I believe that's correct.
So,
yeah. Rams,
if I'm looking at the right
Expert
thing,
League,
yeah.
Yep. So we're going to have the Rams and the Monkeys for the next series. Expert League coming up right after this short break. Thanks again. My name's Ben, and I've been joined with Storm. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will be right back.
Thank you much.
to win.
What's this? This is a match with no casters. Well, fortunately for you, unfortunately for me. No, Hayes, I will not be your dad. We've got a hopefully exciting matchup between the Expert League Rams and the Expert League Monkeys. So let's go ahead and get these guys in. Go ahead and enjoy the show. And just like that, we've got game one. We've got the Rams beating the Monkeys 4-2 in game one. Let's go ahead and get us over so that we can get them back in quickly. just like that, the monkeys have evened it up. And we are getting pings from the teams requesting a new server. So we're take a little bit longer to get back to the match. Give me a sec. Of course. Why wouldn't the lovely Rocket League servers give me a black screen trying to make a match? But we are just waiting on the players to join back in, and as soon as they join back in, we will proceed with Game 3. What a battle. What a battle. What can you say? The Rams just came back. Were stronger, faster, harder. I'm at a loss. So that was an amazing game. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Can the Rams come back? We shall see.
on the clock. Magnificent goal! Going to need a tune-up after that.
Wow. And just like that, the Rams have, wow, taken a 3-1 victory over the Monkeys. Monkeys put up a hard fight, but NBA and Generic Bronzy were just bigger, faster, and stronger today. I hope everybody had a fun time watching that match play out. Unfortunately, the 10 o'clock match that was scheduled is being rescheduled due to a lack of internet and a lack of people. So we will be going ahead and signing off for the night. This has been DJ Robot. We hope to see you guys tomorrow for a few more matches. Have a good night and take care.